All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Will's Wrestling Corner, back at it again with a brand new video, and we're back with a brand new WWE rant. I know I'm not really helping the whole "you're biased" allegations, but the most meaningless Netflix show in the history of Netflix shows, WWE Unreal dropped today, which basically killed kayfabe. Like, it's basically, hey, get an inside scoop on the writer's room and see how the beautiful geniuses in suits come up with the beautiful entertainment you see on WWE. But really, this show really exposes not only the business, but also exposes how lazy, incompetent, and unaware and out of touch these stupid writers are. I'm going to provide a few examples of the shitty pitches that these writers had for WWE in the year of 2025, two of which stem from the Royal Rumble, the event that a lot of people believe was the start of the downward spiral of WWE this year. My first example is, apparently they were pitching for Chelsea Green to win the Women's Royal Rumble match. I mean, I don't know why. WWE has been treating her like the female jobber on their roster. Why the fuck would you want Chelsea Green to win the Royal Rumble? But apparently, how they were pitching to have Chelsea Green win the Royal Rumble match was everyone else was already going to be eliminated before number 30 comes out. Chelsea Green comes out at number 30, and by default, she wins. What the fuck kind of cocaine are you on to want to book that? Like, how would that even work? Would it be like the Shawn Michaels and Fatu sort of elimination in the 90s, where they both eliminate themselves, the final two, and then there's Chelsea, yay, I did it. No. Like, that's absolutely stupid. Like, even then, okay, you want to have Chelsea Green be a Royal Rumble winner. She obviously wasn't going to win. Let's be real here. And then, of course, we get to the Men's Royal Rumble. Now, WWE has really done a good job about how they don't follow democracy in their pitches. It's just who's the most senior producer that gets the final say, or it's really just Triple H who gets the final say. Because when Triple H got to the subject of who do you think should win the Men's Royal Rumble match, a few writers said John Cena, but most of the writers said CM Punk. CM Punk should win, go on to face Gunther at WrestleMania, but they were still planning for John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, like John Cena to win the Elimination Chamber, like he did, and then CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble, chooses Gunther to face at WrestleMania. But then Michael Hayes, out of fucking nowhere, is just like, I don't know, man. I see this Jey Uso. He's hot. The audience loves him. He's fresh. He's, new and stuff like that. And I think he can go to the moon. It's like, what the fuck? Like, everyone else is saying John Cena or CM Punk, two legitimate big names that can sell a WrestleMania main event. And this old man fucking comes up with Jey Uso. No wonder why Jey Uso's big main event match opened night one of WrestleMania. This is an old man's idea who thought, a guy whose moveset's only super kicks and Uso splashes and can't cut a promo without saying the word yeet? Yeah, let's put him in the Royal Rumble. He sells us t-shirts. He sells us money. Hey, Michael, how did Jey Uso's World Heavyweight Championship run go for him? It was almost like I've been saying it the past year. His run isn't going to do very good. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, and the biggest part, WWE had the whiteboard of what matches they were planning to do for WrestleMania 40. And WrestleOps, I'm pretty sure, on Twitter had it up. So I'm going to read the card here. The original planned card for WrestleMania 41 as revealed on WWE Unreal. We were going to have Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the Undisputed title, which we had. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins one-on-one, which honestly I felt like that was the right route to go, given everything that happened at the Royal Rumble and given the fact that they were both not world champions, so it would have made more sense. Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair for the women's world title, which means that they were still planning for Bianca to win the Elimination Chamber, which is honestly fair. I mean, I don't like Rhea Ripley even being in the women's championship picture, but that's better than nothing. But honestly, I feel like they made the right call for having it be a triple threat, so I'm not mad at that. Bad Bunny versus Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, if there's any celebrity match that would be all right, then Bad Bunny and Dominic Mysterio is all right. I think it'd be a couple years too late, though. The Wyatt Six versus the Judgment Day. How come I'm not mad at that? That'd actually be pretty sick. A trios match. Oh, actually, no. I think it'd be an 8-man tag because Carlito was still in the company. So you could have done that. Yeah, that would have been sick. Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax for the women's title. Oh, wow. So they weren't even planning for Tiffany to cash in the contract. Well, maybe they were probably planning Tiffany to cash in at WrestleMania. Huh. Okay. Becky and Charlotte versus Asuka and Kairi for the tag titles. Why? Why? Honestly, I'm not mad at Becky and Lyra. Charlotte going for the tag belts would not make sense. And so they were planning for the Kabuki Warriors to stay tag team champions. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Well, that was the match we were going to get, but Kevin Owens injured his neck. Drew McIntyre versus Braun Breaker. Referee Stone Cold Steve Austin. And this would have been a one-on-one match because they were not planning for Braun Breaker to be Intercontinental Champion by WrestleMania. So that's interesting. Rey Mysterio with Travis Scott versus Chad Gable. What the fuck would Travis Scott... What would he have to do with Rey Mysterio? Okay, well, I'm actually glad that it turned out the way that it did. Because it was El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix. The fuck would Travis Scott have anything to do with that? Hell yeah, Rey, I'm just going to smoke a blunt with my makeshift hardcore title. Fiend. Fuck off. An IC title ladder match. Jey Uso, Damian Priest, Sami Zayn, Sheamus, Bronson Reed, and Ludwig Kaiser. 6-man ladder match. That would have been sick. That would have been fire. Oh, but wait, like Billy Mays, there's more. Because there was also a U.S. title ladder match. LA Knight, Jimmy Uso, Andrade, Solo Sikoa, Santos Escobar, Carmelo Hayes, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Which means LA Knight would have been the defending champion. So I guess they were probably planning for Jey Uso to be the defending IC champion. See what happens when you let the guy who just sells you a bunch of t-shirts win the Royal Rumble? We could have had 2 mid-card championship ladder matches, had a lot of underrated talents on the card, and there were a lot of things here that actually would have been pretty sick to see. We would have had Gunther versus CM Punk at WrestleMania instead of SummerSlam. We could have had Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins one-on-one, which would have really solidified the Paul Heyman heel turn a lot better than the triple threat. The Wyatt Six versus the Judgment Day would be a good way to get all of those guys on the card. and would get Bray Wyatt's theme song Shatter some love on the grand stage. Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, I wouldn't be mad at, because then you could have had Tiffany cash in there instead of a Raw on February. Stone Cold being the special guest referee for Drew McIntyre versus Braun Breaker would explain what the fuck Stone Cold was doing in Las Vegas anyway. But no, these incompetent producers just want to do whatever they want to do to make some money. Of course they do. They don't care. There was also a couple of like wild pitches that I heard. Apparently there was one pitch at the Elimination Chamber that they were planning to have Cody Rhodes reject selling his soul to The Rock, and then The Rock was going to immediately set up an impromptu match between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens was going to win the WWE Championship at the Elimination Chamber. That would have been fucking nuts. Could you imagine if that happened? The IWC, like, I don't know what goes through these WWE producers' heads. I really don't. You know the old saying, it's better to shut your mouth and have people think you're stupid than open your mouth and prove them right? That's WWE's writing team. We should have just kept kayfabe in the mud. Nobody asked for this show. Nobody asked to know what goes on in the writer's room. Nobody cares. Sure, people are going to comment being like, oh, but everyone knows wrestling is fake. Who cares? Do we really need to see their stupid-ass pitches? No, I don't think so. But, hey, at least this show proved to me that Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble was the worst thing to happen to WWE and caused the downward spiral in 2025. So thank you, TKO, Netflix, Triple H, all the executives, for proving me and a lot of others right. Now, don't listen to who sells you a bunch of shirts. Listen to people who actually have talent. Oh, and if you're going to do shitty voting systems, vote for the majority, not what one old man says. Thank you very much. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's just my thoughts on the WWE Unreal show. I really hope this show gets canceled after one season, because I felt like I was losing brain cells reading up on what happened. Yeah, I read up on shit, not watched it, because I wasn't wasting my time. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got to say. I'm rambling on. If you guys are new here, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on, so that way you never miss an upload. And with all that being said, this has been your boy Willie Alexander from Will's Wrestling Corner. I will see you in the next video. Be good people, and peace.